So my significant other and I have been together for about 10 years now, just a little shy of 10 years. When we first started going out, we're out on a date at a dive bar in downtown Portland, which is a great place. The dive bar, not downtown Portland. But we're just out one of our first couple of dates and just having a good time, drinking some beers, and we ended up chatting with another girl at the bar. Talking about how I think she was going to get married soon, and she was talking about how she wanted to have a Norwegian death metal band play at her wedding, and we were talking about music and whatnot, and just really nice person. And then she goes, "Hey, you guys are really good together. Are you guys married?" So I just went, "Well, I'm not, but she is." True story. Okay, and before I go any further, uh, she had been separated for years. I wasn't breaking up any marriages. I'm not the type to sleep with married women who are in relationships often. So anyway, I'm going to show some more records. That's what we're here for. The let's see. I've got 10 records I'm going to show, and these are records I picked up around the middle of last year. Again, last year, 2014, is when I started collecting vinyl again, and I wanted to build up my collection, kind of get a nice base there, and blah blah blah. Let's show some records. First up, stumbled across this in a record store in Portland. This is a Killing Joke. It's called No Way Out, but Forward Go. It's 2002 release of it's a reissue technically, but the original was on CD, and I think that only came out a year earlier. But oddly enough, it's outtakes from a 1985 Killing Joke concert. It's a gatefold. Nice gatefold there. Here's the back of it. There's Jazz Coleman looking scary. Great album. It's on Get Back Records. I think it's out of Italy. There's an idea what the label looks like. A lot of great songs, a lot of classic songs, early stuff. You got Requiem, Love Like Blood, 80s, War Dance, Psych. I love Killing Joke, always have. And usually not humongously big on a live album. Usually don't sound that great, but this sounds really good. If you're into Killing Joke, it's a great album to get. Next up, classic, as far as debut albums go, the Pretenders really hit it out of the park, in my opinion. With the Pretenders, it's self-titled on Sire Records. Just a great album. And here's a little closer look at the track listing. Every song is fantastic. I mean, leading off with Precious. How do you lead off with a song called Precious, if you're trying to have a major label debut? This is from 1982. The opening song is pretty explicit. The phone call's great. Up the Neck. Tattooed Love Boys, great song. If you're my age, and you remember the song Space Invaders, the song here is Space Invader. Has great special effects on it. The Wait, Stop Your Sobbing, Kid, Private Life, Brass in Pocket, Lovers of Today, Mystery Achievement. Even if you're not a huge Pretenders fan, you're probably going to know almost every single song on this album. Really fantastic album. It's on the regular Sire label, I think. The typical Sire label. Great album. 1980. Wow, what a great year for music that was. Next up, let's see, Mogwai. rave tapes. I originally like what caught my interest in Mogwai was the depth and the complexity of the lyrics. If you know Mogwai, I'm just teasing. It's mostly instrumental, and normally, I'm not the type of person that really generally digs just instrumental stuff. I'm kind of looking for a story, and if there's no words to it, I know it's kind of idiotic of me, but if there's no words, if there's no story, it's hard for a song to sink into me and for it to be memorable to me. But the music, the guitars are great on this. It just grabs me. It's hard to describe, for me anyway, a song without words, but it's very cool. Kind of a die cut sleeve there. To look at the label, it's on. This is on Sub Pop. I think they're a Scottish band, so I think the original release. I shouldn't say that. This is an original release, but it's the U.S. release. The UK release, I think, is not Sub Pop, but it was only issued a day before. Really good stuff. It's like their 12th, 13th, 14th album. It's their most recent album. It came out in 2004, I believe. Anyway, next up, this one is technically my girl's record. She likes classic rock, but not big on buying records. But she ended up buying one, and said, just stick with your records. I'm not usually much on arena rock, but this album is fantastic. It's a debut by Boston from 1976 on Epic Records. It's got their trademark spacey spaceship thing going on. That's on Epic. And, oddly enough, I really like this record. More Than a Feeling is the opening song. Closing song, Let Me Take You Home Tonight, is a great song. But all the songs were really, really good. And this is from 1976. It's a 1976 copy. And the sound quality is really, really phenomenal. It's really fantastic sounding record besides just being really good music. Good stuff. Boston. Boston, the city. Avoid it. Next up, we got the Splat Cats. It's Feelin' Bitchy from 1988. This record and the next one are kind of... they're from my time when I lived in Buffalo, New York. Splat Cats were a local band in Buffalo. And, punk / garage. Brings back a lot of good memories, good times in Buffalo. And, just really great, not primal, but it's great, punk / garage rock from 1988. This is... Oh, it's funny. I didn't even never noticed the milk bone, dog bones there. If they were a bigger band, I gotta imagine that would have been removed. Let's see, it's on Moving Target Records. Let's look at the label. Great stuff. Shaggy Faust. I can't remember what was his first name. I think his real first name was Mark. It was a great band. They worked well together. And next, that was from 1988, and from a year later, 1989's, the Jack Lords, Mother's Rock. It's the only record they put out, and it's fantastic. The style is like, 1989, so you're thinking like punk / garage, but the style's really kind of not all over the place. There's a lot of influences on here, and you hear a lot of them, punk, regular rock, kind of country rock in places, They work a lot of styles together that just shouldn't work, but it does. I don't know the history behind why they only had the one album, but it's their only album. It's on, let's see, Skyclad Records. Here's a look at the label. Let's see. Trainload of Love, Restless, That's the Way It Should Be. Dashboard Mary. Album design by Casino El Camino. He's a bass player. That's Casino El Camino of the Jack Lords. He was also in the Splat Cats. And he's got, I haven't been to Austin, Texas in ages, but Casino El Camino's Bar and Grill. If you're in Austin, check it out. It's really, it's a great bar, good grub. Very relaxed place to hang out. Next up, Joy Division, Closer. This is a reissue. I like the feel of the jacket, kind of very cardboard. I don't know. It's got a rough feel to it. It's nice when the cover has a little bit of texture to it. It's a 2007 reissue of Closer. The original record came out in 1980. Let's take a look at the record. This is a Rhino, I believe. Rhino label. And let me see, is there an image of this? Yeah. Here we go. Track listing. Got Heart and Soul, among others, on the other side. Not the most well-known Joy Division songs, but great stuff. You know, it's great to hear. Kind of, you wonder what Joy Division could have been if they hadn't suffered some tragedy. Ian Curtis, blah blah blah. Well, I guess you can say what happened, but you know, it's, you know, because there's a new order sprung out of Joy Division after Ian Curtis passed away. But you know, if Ian Curtis had still been involved, you know, who knows what greatness or not. You know, maybe he needed to be a tortured soul to make great music. Who knows? Last two. Let's see. Last three. All right, Mobile Fidelity Sound Labs reissue of the 1961 album by Ray Charles, The Genius Sings the Blues. It's 180 gram. This came out in 2010, but again, it's a reissue of a 1961 record. Can have a look at the back. It's got, let's see, The Midnight Hour on it, Ray's Blues, Someday Baby, I Wonder Who, Mr. Charles Blues. You know, Mobile Fidelity makes some nice stuff. Now, big ad. But anyway, there you go. Original master recording, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm sure you're familiar with Mobile Fidelity. They make really good pressings generally. All right, now to the last two. These are compilations that came across at Goodwill. Country and Western Top Hits of 1966, featuring a woman with a pitchfork. Pardon me, I don't know why that's there. This came out in 1966. Let's see, it's got a bunch of cheery songs in here, like Waiting in Your Welfare Line. Let's see, Husband and Wives, Hurt Her Once for Me. I don't know. You know, I like these old country compilations. I dig, you know, exploring old country music. You know, hearing some artists that maybe I haven't heard before. It's a compilation. Let's see, Nashville Country Singers on Mountain Dew Records. Anyway, fun stuff. I like these old compilation records. And last up, another compilation, the Motown Sound, Volume 8. It's a collection of 16 big hits. This is from 1967. Also found this at Goodwill. Here's a peek at the back. You know, I love that old Motown sound. I guess can't imagine who doesn't. Jimmy Mack by Martha Reeves and the Vandellas. Let's see, Four Tops is on here. Loving You is Sweeter Than Ever. Stevie Wonder's Traveling Man. You got the Temptations, Junior Walker and the All Stars, Diana Ross and the Supremes, Gladys Knight and the Pips, the Isley Brothers, Marvin Gaye, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. I mean, there's so much good stuff on here. Very cool. So anyway, there you go. That's 10 more records as part of the collection. And that's all I got for right now. It's getting kind of hot here in Portland, Oregon. It's supposed to get up to around 100 degrees or higher on the weekend, which is not why people move to Oregon. But I hope everybody's doing well. Thank you for watching. If I haven't mentioned it, my name's Tom. You're watching my channel, High Rant District, and thank you for watching. Everybody have a great day. Bye.